We're going to be live in a couple seconds. You're live now. So welcome, you guys. Thank you for joining. We're live now. Canna Queen, it says it, so I believe it. Let's go ahead and get this banner up. If you're just joining us and you've not allowed StreamYard to access your account, please do so we can know who is here. That's why we run that on the bottom. And we'll go ahead and do an intro video. So here we go. Hey there, Candy Camp fam. Thanks for joining another episode of MK Potcast. I'm your host, Michael Kamp, and today we are going to be showcasing Jawbreaker. So Jawbreaker is one of the strains that can be grown in Mokana Cup. If you haven't heard about Mokana Cup, it is a digital growing competition. Registration to become a Canna contender in Mokana Cup closes in 2 weeks. Also, you can find out all kinds of information about it at www.mokanacup.com. And this video is going to, like I said, showcase Jawbreaker, which is one of Honeycomb Hydro LLC's featured genetics, and its lineage is Fruity Pebble OG. So the music you're going to be listening to is from my man Chills. He's an artist from St. Louis. The song we're going to be listening to is called No Regrets, and you can find him on most of your music platforms and Instagram, all that good stuff. Chills HQ, that's CHILLZ HQ, and you can go listen to some of his other music. I wanted to give a shout out to our great sponsors. None of this would be possible without them. We've got Fishhead Farms. A lot of you know them as Fish Shit. MJ Arsenal, Grove Bags, Newt Tools, A of Africa, Hero Packs, Canna Camp, Suede Soul, Abigail TV, Abigail University, the ABA in general, Kindway Farms, Kindway Consulting. I know you're going to enjoy the music and the footage, so let's get down to it and see what Jawbreaker is all about.
The biggest poison in us is regret.
I blow on the best, I roll on the best. When you roll with us, you roll with the best. We got them like Lord, they calling us blessed. Came up from a slave, I put them chains on my neck. We started the wave, we showed you the way. We opened the gates, we gave you the place. Now on to the next, let's run up a check. If you gonna do it, gotta do it to death. Got my name in the press, now niggas is pressed. I put in the work, oh how they forget. My life was a mess, deserving the flex. Got one life to live, can't live with regrets.
Are you doing the things that are putting you in a position to succeed? Not just in a business world, but in life. Stop complaining. Nobody's listening. They may pretend they're listening.
Fuck playing it safe, I live life to the fullest. Gon' go out a legend, got the pictures to prove it. Used to drop out the Buick, put that back in the music. Flip it in royalty checks, now we gotta move it. Check my year to date, how much did I make? Take half of the growth, put that in the bank. 3 shows in a month, what was the take? I book them myself, the fuck should I wait? Bitch, get the fuck out my face. Not hearing what you trying to say. Can't kick it, you ain't trying to pay. Not coming, I can't smoke a J. The house used to smell like a barn. Back then we was smoking on hay. Now that we set off alarms, so loud I might catch me a case. Chills.
You're more than welcome to tell me about how bad it is or why you can't, because, or what, but it's just not true.
Add to stream. Add to stream. We can remove that. We've heard that logo a bunch of times. Canna Queen Kara, happy Fired Up Friday.
Happy Fired Up Fridays.
How are you doing on this fine Friday after a 24-hour live Twitter adventure that we
mean
just
a 25-hour live stream?
I mean, if we count the nap, it was really like a 23-hour live.
I mean, I slept for a little bit, but it was definitely 24 hours straight.
We said it was going to be live, and we were alive.
We were alive, yeah. I mean, we might have been dead to the world, but we were still alive.
Yeah, I'm still a little bit dead. But you guys, thank you for joining. Welcome to another episode of MK Potcast. I am your host, Michael Kamp, as you can see, because the name tag says so. And then I got to point this backwards. Nope.
No.
Yeah, I do have to point backwards. See, I'm so exhausted, my backwards is flipped. It's amazing. Yeah, you're there, through the wall, through the purple cock right here.
Hey.
Oh, and talking about the purple cock, you guys, we have the originator of the purple cock here today with us to discuss their amazing company, and you guys get to meet these amazing people. And if you're in Missouri, you can really leverage what they do. So I know I've got a couple questions on just with the changes in legislation, what that means for them as a business, and then also for a patient in the state, a caregiver as well. And then I really got some questions on this Rec Grow, and hopefully they have some answers. If they don't, it's all right. Not everybody does have all the answers. And Wednesday next week, we will have Dan Viets of Missouri Normal on the show. So anything you don't get answered within any of our shows, that is the time to ask. If you have a question about Amendment 3, cannabis in Missouri, and what to expect from that, Wednesday next week, Dan Viets, Missouri Normal. If you were unaware, Missouri Normal is to assist the organization that assisted in the legislation's write-ups. So thank you, Missouri Normal, for cannabis adult use regulation here in Missouri. You like how I didn't call it legalization, because it's not, but it's a step forward. So we're okay with that. So Canna Queen, it's almost, you do any dabs tonight, or are you exhausted from yesterday? Because you got 1 minute.
I haven't. I think I did a few dabs earlier today, but I haven't done anything in a while since I woke up from my nap. I might do some, I don't know, I'm drinking a can of coffee right now, so I'll see how that goes and then see how we feel later in the live. If I feel the dab vibes, I'll do one. But for now, I'm chilling. Can of coffee vibes. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. And we've got a couple here live. We'll populate in, but I just wanted to do a real quick test of the people that are watching. Do you have a crypto wallet? Yes or no in the comments. Do you own a crypto wallet? Let me know in the comments. It's important. It's very, very important. But I'm going to pull up on Facebook and see. Actually, I wanted to do a LinkedIn test. So I'm going to go into LinkedIn because we are streaming, thanks to StreamYard, to Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. So thank you guys for watching, for wherever you're at. Thank you for coming and watching the replay, because those things do happen. And we'll make sure we give you some appreciation in the beginning, since the analytics show the average person doesn't have that much of attention span. And maybe we're just not doing that great of a job. Either way, I'm okay with it. How about you, Canna Queen? You're all right with it? You guys don't like it.
I'm over here recruiting people for MetaMind Mondays while we're on the live, so don't worry about me. I'll help you.
There's only so much time in one day. We've got to stay multifaceted like that.
Yeah, so we got to get some new fresh faces on our MetaMind Mondays, and
MetaMind Mondays.
Then we'll have our Waxy Wednesdays.
We got a no from Ryan. We've got a couple other viewers that just jumped in. Let me know, guys. Do you have a crypto wallet? in the comments, do you have a crypto wallet? It could be a Coinbase, it could be a Binance, it could be a MetaMask. There's so many fucking wallets out there, but just wondering if you guys have them. Happy 710 to the Mountain Time area. It is truly 710. It's 710 here. Canna Queen, I'm smoking on some Jack Hare. What do you got?
Ooh. I mean, if I was going to be smoking right now, it would be Blue Dream. That would be the one I would go for. It's what I have, so it's what I'm going to go for.
Why are you such a big fan of the Blue Dream? I know why I am, and others are.
I
But
mean, for me, it's honestly that flavor, that terpene profile. Like, I really love the way it also affects me in the head. Like, it really gets me uplifted and more like just generally mood uplifting. So I really like that effect from the Blue Dream. But that's not, I wouldn't say it's my favorite strain. Lilac Diesel is one of my favorite strains.
I
That
like the
sativa
Lilac
strain
Diesel.
is really flavorful, and it's also very strong as well. So it hits very nicely for the effects that I'm looking for.
No, 100%. I love the Blue Dream. Its medicinal qualities are unbelievable. Bud structures is worth breeding with and breeding into, and a lot of it's an acquired taste for sure. Some people just can't stand Blue Dream.
That's weird. A lot of people out here, that's their favorite strain. Like, if people around here are looking for something special, it's gonna be Blue Dream. That's the one that they always want. So it's kind of interesting. Like Blue Dream is pretty it's like a seasonal weed out here. So sometimes growers will do it, like a special crop of it, and then you'll find it occasionally at the dispensary. But um yeah, it's more prevalent in concentrate right now than it is in flower. I think you could still get a good Blue Dream at a few dispensaries, but it's you have to hunt for it. You have to
Yeah.
hunt for it right now.
Well, good. I mean, with good seeds too, you have to hunt as well, and then
True.
it's always who knows what in the world today. Sadly, when it comes to genetics, and that's why I'm real happy. I'm gonna go ahead and bring them up here now. See, the logos are working now for me. Sweet. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up our guests, and we can experience a little 420 action with them. They are multifaceted, so they have a couple services they offer. As a company, and then seeds as well. And I'll let them tell us all about them. And killer genetics are key. So with that, know your local companies and seed breeders, and do your own research and all that good stuff. But we've also we do our work and due diligence for you to bring these amazing companies and people right to your front doors. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you guys to Jesse and Matt of Kindway Farm and Kindway Consultations. They are not one in the same, but the masterminds behind it, they work side by side. So welcome.
We got a Blue Dream seed. It's not really, I don't call it Blue Dream. We called it very special kind, BSK. And it wasn't actually quite, it's just a blueberry cross with ghost train haze. But wow, for, blueberry hazes, it was really quite great, and the medicinal effects great. And ours was like it was more like the bottom of like a Fruit Loops cereal, that smell. It wasn't straight blueberries, it was like Fruit Loops. It was great. So, and just huge big giant nugs. It was awesome. Yeah. So anyway, Blue Dream, that's still
I was telling
nobody, they're like, what's BSK? And I was like, it's like Blue Dream, man.
No, it's good to know.
Naming is the hardest part,
That it is.
I was just telling Matt with Blue Dream, the last time I had Blue Dream, I was in Colorado and I created this Kit Kat s'more. I thought I was like the most genius person ever, but a Blue Dream joint and a Kit Kat s'more was a pretty.
You made it. I think I told you to make it.
Probably.
Was it an infused Kit Kat s'more?
Not at the time. No, not at
That's why you had the joint, because you just
you were doing a natural infusion inside your
Yeah.
body.
Inspired by.
Speaking of
Yeah.
s'mores, something you have to try is take an Oreo and dip it in marshmallow fluff and then torch the top of it with your dab torch, and you'll get yourself a nice little s'moreo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Oreo.
Ooh.
You ever microwave a marshmallow?
Oh yeah, they puff up real big.
Yeah, yeah. The inside, like, it gets brown. It's like getting reversed. It's awesome. Yeah. You got to eat
Yeah.
it fast, though, or else I don't know what happens. It turns into something.
Does it explode or light on fire if you don't catch it in
No.
time?
Well,
No,
I
I
think
don't
it just
know.
kind of explodes.
Hot dogs explode.
Yes, they do.
Oh, yeah, well, everybody knows that.
So we do have 2 minutes and counting. I'll make sure I get that banner up. You guys, we do like to acknowledge the all-powerful 420 somewhere. It does happen like every hour. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing. Like yesterday, me and Kara did a 24-hour live show on Twitter for Hero Pack's NFT release, and I was smoking a joint every 420. By I think hour 15, I was pretty fucking lit. At that time, I had to finish the joint that I started at 420 so I could start another joint. You know, complete the goal before starting another one. And yeah, I was pretty fucking lifted. Now I got some of your guys' sweet crumble pie. I've got one of those and a cooter hooch going. They did survive a germination. The power went out, and the water got down to like 50 degrees. I think 51 exactly. And it's taken everything a little bit to rebound, but your guys' stuff made it. I had other seeds that didn't. So, that's little things like that.
They're going now? Just seedlings?
Yeah, they're little seedlings. I'll probably just because of room, they'll probably stay in a 1 gallon pot. I'll do some stress testing on it and see if I can, what I can do to beat the hell out of it until it says it doesn't like it. That's how I like to get to know the plant, right?
Yeah.
And stress the hell out of it. But yeah, I take clones and I run everything at least twice, right? Because you've got to grow it and then smoke it, and then maybe you want it again. And if you don't take clones, it can always drop another seed, but it's not guaranteed it's going to be that exact same one. Right. So I love that aspect, but I love the hunt. There's a lot of new growers out there, and that's where with meeting Jesse and at the Mocana, is that Mocana Fest? Or Mocana?
Oh yeah, at the Regalia.
Yeah,
yes.
The Regalia, correct.
Yeah, Mocana Fest at Lake of the Ozarks. Yeah,
Lake of the Ozarks. Yeah, so it was. There was a couple other genetics companies, but you can tell from the people when they have their hand in it. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
And those are the ones I like work with because they give a shit about their product. They're the ones in it. They're the ones at the event there because it's not easy running businesses. And
and that's kind of been our we kind of wanted to do like the mom and pop thing from the beginning and present ourselves as that, and that there's a lot of great examples of a lot of great breeders have done that. Bog Seeds is one of them that we were primarily kind of inspired by, and he kind of said, they spend all their time, doing the work together and the seeds together. And then, it kind of all became kind of a sacrament to them in their marriage as they worked on it, So it's kind of an interesting, relationship that they developed as seed makers. And so it was just one of the things I thought we talked about and found interesting. But yeah, we're definitely got our hands in it and trying to
all of them.
All of them, exactly.
Stuff, and that's been it for us is just enjoying the different things we find. Like you say, we pop all the seeds and then we find them, and then when you find them, it's like you got to preserve it. You can try to preserve it in seed form. You can save clones forever, but I want to go find the next.
Absolutely.
So you can't forever, and then. You spend so much money on seeds, and then you find these plants, and then other people they just want the hookup quick, So yeah, you start making seeds because people are like, I want that fire, and it's like, okay, I know how to get it for you, so you just make it for them. And
it just takes a couple seasons if you want it right,
For sure.
You can have great things immediately, but if it just all matters the mindset. Like with Missouri here now being a adult, 21 and older can grow is phenomenal, right? It's going to absolutely increase the demand of everything needed to grow.
Yeah.
and that that increases the money to ins and outs of the businesses within the states if they capitalize on it. It's funny the friction of things that I've ran through grow shops throughout the state, right? Even with Mocana Cup and having a marketing platform for them, is that they don't take the time to understand what we're doing, and that's okay. They don't have to, right? But there's levels of the things they're looking for has already been built and is present in Mocana Cup for them, but they just don't know about how that's possible, right? And it's because a lot of, especially anybody providing products to the consumer, if you don't anticipate an increase here in Missouri, you're crazy. So it's prepping for that, and a lot of are playing catch up. But with tell us a little bit about either or first about Kindway itself and the Kindway. What does that mean? What do you guys do, and how do you support me, the common grower and patient?
Yeah, so we started Kindway nearly about 3.5 years ago. We started just helping friends and family get certified and legal for medical use in the state. And then Matt's dad was retired, ER physician, and I asked him if he would sort of help go around, and we were getting more than what we could handle. So he came out of retirement and got sort of caught up to speed with cannabis and the medicinal uses for it, and then started helping me get people certified, and we just did it by conversation. It was right when COVID hit, so we didn't have a storefront, so we did home visits and telehealth, and then as we started getting
and that's
more,
been our, really, I'll step into just hard to stuff on your toes. I practice rural medicine in a small town, and that's always been my focus. I did my residency in Wyoming. Rural medicine has always been kind of a passion, just trying to, and we know these people. Jesse grew up in a very small town in central Missouri too. And so, we were familiar with kind of the problems with access that people have in these communities. And so we tried to approach those. And so we tried to reach out and have Jessie and her team travel into to smaller communities and make contacts and have really, I think, provided, access to people that wouldn't have already, had it. So it's just been our mission is to try to get as many patients included in the state as we can, try to build a big political cohort so that, like you say, we've got legalization now. That's a step forward.
I like to call it, what is it? Legal regulation.
Yeah.
for sure.
Still, if you pay for, and that's kind of the weird thing. Yeah, you pay for a medical card, you get more rights. And so I don't know. I had to go really brainstorm that other places where you can pay to get more rights. But yeah, that's the way it works. Technically, it's like what is it? $100 to grow as a consumer.
Yeah, so
for a 1-year license.
1-year license, and that's effective now, but we can't get people registered until early February.
Gotcha. What, February 8th or something?
Yeah, I think it's the 8th or the 6th. I'll confirm.
Something in there.
Yeah,
I read. I'm being involved in Normal. I'm always reading the fucking subscription stuff they send. Right. Sometimes that stuff's important. It's not just junk mail.
Right. You got to read it. But yeah, it's going to go adult consumer use is considered 21 and up, and they can grow if they'd like for $100 a year. They still have to be registered with the state. So it's not like you're 21 and you can go throw their seeds.
You have to pay the state. It's regulated.
Yeah.
Regulated, exactly.
Yeah,
Regulated. We went from prohibition to regulation, and
And it's like the simplicity I try to tell people, because all states are different. Know your state laws, and if you want to play with the plant, just follow the fucking laws.
Yeah.
Simple.
I mean,
Be
and
grateful what you have if you have it. I'm sorry, Canna Queen. She's up in a state that.
where are you at?
let's not.
I'm in Indiana.
Indiana. Okay.
Yeah. So
So
it's
it
just
sucks there. And, there are other states it sucks as well, but
Yeah, no, the
please
state
continue.
program in Missouri has been, it's been pretty awesome to watch develop. And, you hear all the time about, people sort of busting balls on the State Department in different areas. But I mean, as far as they're now calling it the Division of Cannabis Regulation.
Ooh, that's nice.
I mean, they from
The DOCR. The
yeah,
DOCR? Are you serious?
right. That
The
is right.
DOCR. Wow.
So I mean, really, to be sort of a middle woman in the mix, where I get to work with patients and we help people get registered in the dispensaries as well. It's been pretty cool to see. That was an instant switch on December 8th, where every patient's allotment in the system that's then recognized at the dispensary.
Great job, yeah.
I mean, it was pretty awesome that effective December 8th, everyone had a new card. So
Really?
if you don't have a card with your picture on it in the state of Missouri, log into your MyComply account, and then you have a card with a picture now. You have a 6-ounce allotment. Yeah, pretty cool.
So when it went retroactive, they had all the license and everything ready?
Well, on December 8th, they did
Holy
their
shit.
update, and everything switched over. So now you can purchase 6 ounces at a dispensary. Prior to the 8th, it was 4 ounces. Effective December.
Of other states, I know many people where it came through and it took months.
Yeah,
February. It was February before it worked, right?
And then
they've been awesome. I mean, from our standpoint, with patients and just so just anytime patients have had problems with their registrations at the state, we email them, and the state's been awesome. So just big ups to the state on being really good to work with, and helping patients. There've never been an obstacle, so it's been good.
And other changes that were instant, that were really, pretty amazing to see, is that now in the state of Missouri, you can have a medical card and you no longer need a in-state driver's license. So if you have an out-of-state driver's license, as long as you have a Missouri address, you can now be legal in the state of Missouri as a medical patient. Adult use, of course, is there as well, so 21 and up, but that's pretty cool. And the system reflected that when we were helping patients get registered. You no longer need to upload a state ID, so pretty cool on that end too.
That is amazing. So you just have to have a property that could be, say, your getaway or your Airbnb or
address. Yeah.
Here on my address, you get a piece of mail here.
I don't.
You don't
even have to.
You don't have to prove address.
No,
there's
holy shit! You just have to.
You only have to shoot. Yeah, you only have to show your driver's license, but it doesn't matter from the state, because that's your proof of identity is all they require now.
Yeah.
No, and that is for the medical license, correct?
Yeah, for a medical license.
And is that what I was reading, that it only applies of an out-of-state medical license to Missouri itself for purchase and consumption, or that is because you have a card, you're good?
If you have a card, a medical card in the state of Missouri, then you are legal to possess your medical amount.
And then other states that accept out-of-state medical license,
we do have reciprocity, so we accept other states as well.
So they have to apply for?
No.
So they can just walk in.
Yep.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. That and I'll confirm.
Are you here?
I will confirm. I will confirm. Yeah.
Okay,
I will
100%.
confirm.
Yeah, you guys, we're all quite lifted.
Patients.
Full disclaimer. Everything we may say may not be 100% accurate.
All right.
We're pretty good.
All right. Oh no,
So-
we want to be 100%.
Yeah, we want to make
100%.
sure that we're getting the right message out. But as far as registering a patient, you no longer have to show ID, and we do offer reciprocity, and that's at a dispensary level. But I'll look that up and make sure
And
I
then-
confirm everything for you.
But then that's good for 3 years.
Yeah, medical cards are now good for
So
3
it's
years.
$25 for a 3-year card, and then pay $50 for a cultivation fee
For
with
3
3
years.
years
3 years.
Holy
compared
shit.
to $100 a year to be a consumer.
Yeah, 21 and up. So you
So
get
it's-
more benefits.
Yeah, and then you get twice as much allotment
Yeah.
as a medical. So you have more rights and pay less. in the
As a
end,
medical
you know what I
patient.
mean? If you really add it up, and fees at least to the state.
Yeah, of course.
Well, in fees to the state and an increased allotment. Huh?
Missouri's not too bad.
No. I mean,
at all. Like
the goal is to have an open market so that, mom and pop shops like us are not, would be able to have a farm to medicine cabinet, like authentic place of business. But we don't have that, but we have a really good medical and adult use coverage. So that is pretty good, and it's pretty progressive for Missouri.
Gotcha.
And we don't really know exactly how liberal they're
It's
going to
progressive for cannabis, period. This is
Yeah.
Kara was having some audio issues, so she's gonna back out and see if she can get it speakers to work right. But yeah, no, Missouri, in my opinion, this Amendment 3 is one of the most progressive out of any state.
Right.
Right. We may not have the highest plant count compared to Michigan and I think Colorado. That's the only
it certainly
two.
didn't squash the medical by any means so far.
Exactly.
We'll see how that goes in the future.
Well, they did say, like, what was it? I think the statistic was 50% of existing medicals had already applied for the rec side, right? And a lot of people hear like a negative on that. I see fucking opportunity because we already know most medical shift to the rec, and the medicine aspect of medical cannabis is thrown out the fucking window.
Right.
And then we also know of the increase of ailments and shit product and all the complaints within a state because of that. So I think with that knowledge, we can actually, I mean, as a grower myself, I'm looking, I want to get a micro grow processing license, the new licensing that's coming up. I think that'd just be amazing. But then the opportunity to do that in the name of medicine is what's going to be needed 2 years down the road when people need their medicine. And we're at that point where, all right, well, the medicals have to go first because all the good medicines being taken by the rec, right? There's all these other issues that expose themselves that other states have learned, and then we now have to navigate as a state ourselves. But with Missouri, I could give it like with working with Missouri Normal and Dan Beats, these things they were aware of and implemented it within the structure of the legislation, right? And now it sounds like the back end, they've got their shit in line, and the people that got to do the paperwork, this shit's actually happening now.
Yeah.
Not next month. So that's unbelievable.
Yeah, we want to again continue to encourage everybody to expand their rights by getting medical cards still, and then continue to develop this political cohort that can go forth and make sure we don't get squashed and can continue to push for more rights in the future. So, yeah, I think it's real important that medical cards continue and that we continue to tell people that they just get more rights by getting one. It's kind of amazing.
That is pretty wild that you get more rights.
Yeah.
Getting the card.
Some of the other rights are possession limits, workplace protections, parole and probation protections. And on the state website, they do say you need to check with, each department on that. But it is an approved constitutional amendment that says that we have, yeah.
You know what I mean? They send you, they'd send them saying, you got to go get a card, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And
No.
and we've
So the
seen in
system's really
different
working pretty well, and but we want to continue to we don't want people, like you say, jumping, just leaving for wreck, and then not having anybody to stand up and.
Well, and then like when it comes through, it's typically those that do get their medicine through the state, of the ones that stigmatized it or not. But a lot of the majority is the ones that stigmatized and found that, oh, it does help me, right? And they go to dispensaries because the thought of going or finding some drug dealer, right. street hustler, right? And so there is a large percentage that goes and they're subjected to whatever happens within the dispensary and the product and the quality, right? So, with Missouri, with the craft grow and processing license, I believe that is that solution of here, why some come through and bitch and complain. It's, well, we can't start doing business until so long. And that's how the process works. Like, it's a level of within that if you're not developing your infrastructure and your what ifs of covering your ass and the hypothetical some shit happens, right? It's new territory. So it's not like everything documented of what, people, this is where the state fucked me over, or here's where I was able to benefit because of the state. There's typically always two sides of a coin. And normally it's lack of education within from the one having that issue. It's normally lack of education, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's so fucking awesome and interesting to me to what Missouri's doing with like three ounces gifted per day. That's unbelievable. Right? It doubles almost every other state.
Right.
And other states some are per month. This is per day. Like it's crazy. And then you can experience all of that and get a medical license through Missouri and not live in Missouri.
Yes.
Sounds like it.
No, and I have the rules pulled up on the state website.
That's how the registration processes work.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I read it and looked, and it's what I was interpreting.
I don't know what the hell. I guess you can be Oklahoma and apply, and upload your Oklahoma license. I don't know.
Hey, just think of the increase.
We've done this for the last few weeks. If we can upload out-of-state license, and that's just proof of identity. We don't have to have a Missouri driver's license
or address.
You have to list your Missouri address, a Missouri address.
But you don't have to prove it.
But you don't have to prove it anymore.
Do they accept PO boxes as an address?
It does ask for a street address. So I'd have to look. I don't know.
You can give them the street address to the PO box. Your PO box has two different numbers.
No, but I don't.
And addresses.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying you've had people with
we have
you've had people with an out of state address get
I just
approved.
Said that. Yeah.
No, you didn't. You said.
No, she did. She did out of state.
Address, you said.
Yes, you still have to have a Missouri address when you're completing the application form, but you do not. That's just the list of the address. You don't have to prove it.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
There was anyway. I think people have been approved.
Yes.
Out of state.
We have approved with Kansas license. Yes.
Not license. I said address.
Address. Hey, we'll find out. I got some. We got Canna Queen here. She is out of state, and she has an out of state address.
Get on the portal. We're gonna get you.
We're gonna get her, and she's happy. We love beta testing, and if it comes through to beta test, if she can get her medical license in Indiana, oh my gosh, that's
in Missouri. Oh yeah, if she could get it in Missouri, she could go down to Kentucky. Let's blow this thing up.
Or for exactly, you see what I'm saying? She could go in.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
We're gonna get together and we're gonna coordinate with them, and we're gonna do you as a case study to getting a Missouri license with a Indiana address.
Right.
And get you your Missouri medical card, because there's not proof of residency in Missouri for it, right? Then you can use that medical card to go to other states that accept out-of-state medical cards. and we may
But
have
the
found a
thing
way.
is that your ID has to match your medical card address
Not in
in
Missouri.
this.
No,
Not in Missouri. It's changed
no.
here because of the adult use.
So then that's a loophole.
All right.
Exactly.
So I'd like to talk. All right. You can have an out-of-state driver's license. You still have to list a Missouri address. There are two separate sections on the state registration. It's hard because he doesn't do the registration part.
Yes, I do. But
I'm sorry, Matt. Your face was fucking. Matt does not agree to
not
the
completely.
100%.
I think it can happen. We
Yeah,
can try
we
it both
have
ways.
not tried it.
And if it won't go through, then can we just make up an address? Let's just make one up.
We can,
I don't know.
yeah,
I
we
mean,
can
that's-
put in
you-
any.
But then somebody
He's
has to.
got my address.
Why not?
I'm here.
Yeah, no, that you can do that.
He has my address.
You
Prior,
think that's legal?
prior to December 8th, when we would
Oh, she's
help
off.
patients
That's
get registered, if you did not have a Missouri ID and you had an out-of-state license, you would have to prove your residency by pieces of, and not just any piece of mail. It would have to be like a good piece of mail. Your
Yeah.
electric bill, your telephone bill,
your bank account.
To prove
now
nothing.
you don't have to prove anything. So we haven't tried an out-of-state
Oh,
address.
Now,
People have had a
and
Missouri
my idea
address.
is if we got the hooked up in Indiana with the Missouri card, then I think Kentucky has that new law where they're accepting out of state people into Kentucky, right?
I believe so.
They have some weird. The governor in Kentucky did something.
Are you
the
ready
governor
for
just
a
made
road
law.
trip?
So
Well,
yeah.
Queen, she's fairly close to Michigan, so she's blessed
Wrong
to be able
side.
to go
Yeah.
Okay.
to go up there and take care of medical needs because the great laws in Michigan, because that's another state that like it gets a little bit of recognition. You know, most goes to California, and then Colorado. Like people don't even recognize what Colorado has done in comparison to
Right.
California. And I don't, you know, California may have been the first, but they're not the ones leading into the changes in by any means, shape, or form, right? And then it's just, you know, it's the progressive moves, and now here with Missouri doing what it did, it sucks. Arkansas didn't get. It was great that it got on the ballot, but then it's like, you know, that the people didn't step up and come in, because I want to say it was not too far away from the 50% mark, but yeah, Kenna Quinn, go ahead. You're muted. Oh wait, I went to unmute you as you unmuted yourself. There you go.
You muted me. MF. Anyways, Michigan says your medical card may be accepted in Michigan, but only if your home state also allows for reciprocity. Patients can buy as much as 2.5 ounces of medical marijuana each day with a monthly purchase limit of 10 ounces of flour or equivalent product. So
Well, you're gonna have to move it.
that sounds pretty
Is
much.
that better than what your rec is? Is that better when you go up there? You know,
That's
as you're going
with-
up there now, is just a person, and for rec in
For
Michigan.
rec and medical, there's really not much difference now as far as like pricing goes and quality goes. A lot of the dispensaries in Michigan are getting rid of their medical part of the dispensary because the recreational part has kind of taken over as far as consumers go. Like everybody, you can get a discount on your taxes, I think is the only real difference between the medical side and the recreational side in Michigan right now, is that you pay just a little bit less, and there's no like differences between the milligrams and the edibles that you're getting, or the strength and the cannabis products, at least from what I've been able to tell. I did have medical access at some point over the past few years, but it's not, I don't have it right now. But when I did, they had stronger THC levels, but now those same THC levels are on the recreational side as well. So, or adult use side. So it's kind of it's just kind of weird, I guess, if they're getting rid of the medical dispensaries, because I personally think that the medical feel of a dispensary is more pleasant to experience as a consumer that uses for medical purposes. Going into these high traffic deli style dispensaries and standing in lines, there's no seating for handicapped people inside the dispensary, or for anybody to come and have a one-on-one discussion about getting what they actually need from the bud tenders. It's just, hey, this is $5, this is $10, this is $20, and this is what you get for that price. It's all retail sales right now instead of actual quality pretenders. And that kind of saddens me, I guess, as a coach, because I see a lot of people just taking advantage of deals and not really necessarily getting what they really need for their typical daily ailments, that they might be using cannabis for medicinal purposes, but they're definitely not getting the right products. They're just getting what's sold to them by, hey, this is what's on special today. You know what I mean? That's kind of,
Right.
as a consumer that's also professional, it's like just
Yeah.
a little sad.
I
But
mean,
when we
it's
go
turned
out
into a
here,
commercialization as opposed to a personalized medicine. It's focused on commercialization, and I was thinking with
right?
that,
And then
perfect. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, we have nothing in Indiana, right? There's no medical or recreational dispensaries here. We don't have anything. We have your typical tobacco store that is selling cigarettes and Delta 8 or Delta 10 or TCO or HHC. But when you go into one of those stores and you ask them for help to help you find which product would be best for you, and if you know anything about the different cannabinoids, you're ahead of the game. But if you don't know anything about different cannabinoids, then you are really lost and you don't know what you're looking for, and you're just going to get something that you might have a negative effect from, instead of something that is actually going to be a pleasurable,
Well, you
beneficial
might still,
experience for you.
you might still benefit.
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, yeah, I mean, you might still benefit, but this is one of the things about like seeds that we're into and that I'm into is like, and growing your own is like, once you do find something or to have some variety, I think if we allow this commercialization and, like you say, the retailization and the whole that whole thing to happen, then yeah, we're going to just continue to see like monocrop cultivation facilities, and we're not going to have varieties. We'll all have Blue Dream, and that'll be it, right? And that's not what's cool, right? I mean, growing sweet crumple pie, growing some cooter hooch, I mean, that's crazy, right? And then hooking your friends up with some of that, they find something they like, somebody else pops a new seed, we all can do it. That's the trick. Everybody needs to be doing it. If we're all going to rely on a cultivation facility in the end, I mean, I don't like checking myself out at Walmart. I don't like being called a consumer. I want to be somewhat self-sufficient. I think the pandemic kind of took the veil off on a lot of things, and you better be ready to go on taking care of your own self on something. So, for a lot of people that find this, beneficial in a lot of ways, like you're saying, then they want access, and that's the beautiful thing about here. And that's the amazing thing about prohibition in this country, that there's people that don't have the access. But for those of us that are there, we got to keep pushing the envelope. We got to keep increasing access. We got to keep making more varieties, and we got to have people getting benefits. I really don't want to scare anybody off ever from trying cannabis and thinking that they may have a negative reaction. I want to encourage everybody, because I do think there's all going to have a positive reaction in some sense. I think it's all about your intention. I think it's about what you want it to do for you. And I think if you want it to become something that can replace other medicines, I think that's a possibility for this. And I think that's been shown in other states as well that have gone legal, and it's something that we can see, as prohibition falls across the country, but going from prohibition, like we say, to straight regulation, there still has to be some. That's where right now with Missouri and our medical lanes, we have more rights, and that's just let's get more.
Awesome.
Not done yet.
It's pretty awesome. Now with this, I have two questions. One, do you dance and sing to your plants?
We've got music going the whole time. Yeah,
I figured as much.
Yeah.
And then the next, Kindway Farms. That's the name of your genetics line in the farm itself, correct?
Yeah.
And that's where you do your creations of strains for people. And we do have kindwayfarms.com where you guys can check out the seed stock and things like that. Me as a breeder, I want to know, what are your your heavy hitter, your baselines, what you've stabilized and went through on your strain selection. Why did you choose those, and what is one of your favorites? I know the last is going to be the hardest question, but
currently we have a new line we're putting out that it has one of our favorite plants, that we've developed. It's one we made earlier a few years ago or last year, sometime, called Wedding Wine, and it was just a cross of wedding cake with a plant I made called Ghost Wine, and that was just what was Ghost Wine? It was
Purple Punch and Ghost Train Haze.
Was it Purple Punch and Ghost Train Haze? And
nice.
so
Nice.
I started off doing a lot of stuff with Ghost Train Haze. I had just an amazing male, and I was like, that's what started me. I was like, whoa, I got to use that thing. When I got it, I was like, holy crap, because I thought it was going to be the most amazing female, and I was ready to go, and I was telling everybody I had this amazing female, and it wasn't a female.
And it shot so many balls. You went, holy shit. And yes, I pheno hunt the male being a breeder more than the female.
Absolutely, that's
when
all.
You get that badass female, you're like, no doubt, it's a fucking female.
Right.
And then it starts pumping terps out, and smell the terpenes are coming out 2 weeks into fucking veg, and you're like, all right, this thing is something else. And then it shoots the balls. Yeah, if you don't know how to collect pollen, just let it open pollinate the whole fucking room and just
go for it. Yeah.
And lay some aluminum foil underneath your plant. Don't get the foil wet, and just let it do what it does. And you will collect some pollen, and you'll get a ton of fucking seeds. But yeah, people don't know how valuable they'll see a pollen pod, and then I just ripped it up. I just ripped that thing out, and it's like, well, but did it have qualities of the females that you're looking for, right? Like, did it have? Anywho, sorry for interjecting. The males, short of the long, people and listeners, the males are very, 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 very important.
Oh, that's what, like you say, like, and so I bought a lot of packs, right? And then that's what I do. I pop the whole pack, and I'm looking for those males. I mean, that's exactly what I'm trying to find. So, that's the funnest part for me. The whole thing is just fun, and then when you do have the winners and you're like, dang, I finally do have these special ones. I like to mix them together and just make some hybrids, you know what I mean? And then I'm trying to also sometimes make a next generation, right? And so I'll go forward at the same time with an F2. And then, from there, I'm going to work it myself and find something to go forward, usually just maybe for another breeding project, unless I'm really trying to get something, and there's a couple strains I'm doing that with, but nothing really that's not really it. My goal isn't really to line breed all the way out to some F4. That's not true. I have a couple side secret projects, we're in the middle of them. And in the end, you'll see that might be what happened. But really, that's not that's not the advertised, like, straight up plan, right? But I'm making, you're making plants, and there's intermediary steps, and then you're catching, some hotties along the way, and you got to mix those in, and get those out there, and it's just a lot of fun,
It's my favorite. If people want to say, cannabis is addictive. Yeah, in the levels that it can alleviate, and it's best to take in a proper time frame, right? And you can have a schedule and operate with a lot of different ailments. So that addiction to the stability, yes, but more so the growing. That's the only it keeps me from. I'm a recovered addict in levels because I found things to keep me recovered.
Right.
And the mind frame of wanting to do and be maybe ADD, ADHD, and any other letters, and that I'm an extremist, and I was that problem child because cannabis was involved. I got involved at 12, but it's just I recognized who I was with it and who I was without it, and it's just amazing now that we get to grow like this, and your strains themselves. I was looking through your Instagram, and I'm going through, of course, the pictures I have working with Jess already.
And I emailed you a new, an updated menu.
I did just see that. Yeah, I with this 24-hour live thing we did. It was exhausting, but I did see those, and now I can add that to the other video, and we'll have another fun video, and get those things all cleaned up. But there's pictures of some trophies. Are those trophies that you made, like you're a professional trophy maker, or were you engaged in something?
A little local competition here, grow competition, and not little, it's just a grow competition with our local grow store. We're involved each year with the local contests, and yeah, we won one of them, and then the next year, one of our good buddies won with some of our genetics. So yeah, we're kind of on a little streak. So now I got some pressure. Got to get 3 in a row is hard to pull off. So. And that's 420, and those are already like popped, planned. We already know what's going to go in the jar, hopefully, so you got to get ahead. I came for actually a little bit. We've done competition barbecue, and we still do it, I guess, just once a year.
I was gonna lead into that and ask you, is it plant or barbie? Was it plant or meat? Plant or animal? Are those plant or animal trophies? Because I did know the barbecue, and you guys, I guess there's some barbecue badasses as well, but it makes sense that you grow the cannabis, smoke the cannabis, want killer barbecue, make killer barbecue. Like, it's just a simple equation to me.
Well, I think you said it too about being OCD or ADD
or whatever. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
I never went to a doctor for them to isolate me to one specific letter or the other. I've just always been deemed special.
Well, it all falls above. I'm saying is that all this is kind of therapeutic, in a lot of ways. I think the growing is, and so yeah.
There are worse hobbies.
And barbecue, I think the whole thing is being creative. If you're being creative, and barbecue does that. I think eating does that. So I think it's an important process. And when you're not being creative, then that's where the addict's mind can get lost. Trust me.
Well, and then what's fun, like with because you are here in Missouri, so it's quite easy for you. With Mocana Cup, it is the digital growing competition we're having now, but the physical event is looking to be the 9/11 weekend, and so that gives time for both growers in Missouri, right, that are in Mocana Cup involved to be able to coordinate like free testing and free entry and free tickets, because you were in Mocana Cup, you're a Canna contender, you should have this capability, right? Will the individuals growing in Canada make it down? It's possible. Will they have their flower with them? I don't know. I've
always wondered how that works. Yeah,
I've flown with cannabis.
I've
never here.
Any
I
problem.
Say there. Okay, no, there was one. No, I have never not flown with cannabis. It might be the cookie tray. It might be the gummies. It might be motherfucking tincture in the 4-ounce shampoo. Another one in the 4-ounce conditioner. It might be the accidental jar that has about an ounce that I left in my pocket of a pair of pants that went under the plane. Exactly. I leave those in my pocket all the time. Oh, ready. Oh, That's where it went.
Right. If I look at sucker, it's like
you can have it. I didn't even know it was there. I had already lost it. So you might as well just take it. Right? Like, but now it's a level where you can travel with medicine, and like it's a whole different animal.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
in that, we're looking at
I've talked to not TWA, the TSAs, and they're like, and you can go read the TSA website. They even say it. That's not their job. We're looking for bombs, fool. You get your local.
The dogs aren't even trained.
Cannabis.
The dogs aren't even. They're specifically not trained for cannabis.
No, so if you get, don't make it conspicuous at the X-ray machine, and don't piss them off at the X-ray machine too. Have your shit in the box and be ready to go through. Don't hold up the line. You know what I mean?
I mean, accidentally. Well, I was stuck in a predicament, right? And I was going through, and it was the roach that I had left that I didn't finish before I came in because it rocked me, right? So I had it in my ear, and I still took my hat off, and they didn't say shit. I walked through it. I could smell it in my ear, right? And they just let me fucking go. They didn't give a shit. Like, I'm not saying encouraging to do it, but that I didn't forget, but that was I did until then when I knew, and then I just said, fuck it, I'm here. It does not have metal in it. It shouldn't set off the damn. But then I also have a Shiba Inu, and he goes with me everywhere. So we got to take his harness off, and then I got to scuttle through, and he's a really good looking dog. So fucking conversation goes that way, and it doesn't.
Distractions, man. You got to take.
But no, anyway, with the Mocana Cup, we're looking September, and I've got access to quite a few individuals that through NFT projects, and then just because cannabis is an amazing skeleton key, right? You got good shit, and you go places, and you meet people. That good shit can open a lot of opportunity.
Hell yeah!
Right, like it takes the common ground of this, do they participate with cannabis? And if so, that's all that's needed. If it's good, right? And if it's not, I've watched shit go sideways that I should have tested before, right? And I'm like, now I got to go redeem myself. This motherfucker said celebrity don't want to smoke with me because the unpleasurable experience they had. And that was because I didn't cure it right? I brought it early, and it was green as fuck because it was their favorite. Well, you can't rest.
I really hate to bring the excuses out. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, right.
Hang on. Leave that shit out.
Hey, I just got better, and I fucking dialed in on it, and now, we're back to golden. But we will be having a judging event, is how we're looking at it, and then. To be able, because there's a bunch of celebrities that want their own strain. So why not have a Web3X capable event that is going to be placed on metaverses so others in the globe can experience it, but at the same time bring these celebrities that are already in these NFT projects, but bring them to come get their strain, right? And they're going to be the judges. The 3 ounces a fucking day allows some crazy, awesome experience for judging. Normally it's that quantity, the ounce and a half, that stops it. These events have to come through. If they're smart, they focus on the home grower being that judging division, right? And then all the other MSOs and whatever comes in is a judging box you go pick up at said dispensary. And it's so much product that it might take you and 3 or 4 other licensed people to go pick up all of it, because how much one person can get from a dispensary per day, right? Mm-hmm. So like the farmers market in Farmers Cup in San Diego, it took 4 licensed, people over 21, but it took 4 people to go there 2 different days to get everything you got in your judge's box. And then you brought it all home, right? And then you judged it, and then you wrote down and scored what your judging was, and you had 2 weeks to do it. As opposed to now you can come in, and with it being flour or even wax, because how Missouri, their number comparison of 3.5 grams is equivalent to 1 gram of or is that the
Uh,
number? I believe that's the number.
Yeah, no, the cards changed.
But like Illinois, it's 10 grams. 10 grams of flour to 1 gram of wax.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Missouri, last I checked, was 3.5. I don't know if that changed.
They changed, yeah. Hold on
She's
one
gonna pull it
second.
back up.
Perfect. But it's things like that. We can even have a concentrate event that's on a level of people, and then at the end of the night, we get to test multiple THC rejuvenation, right? Because if you did too much and you got to go do something, especially edibles, there are products that reverse through blocking receptors and certain things that do we now use those? And then 12 hours later, you're back at it again. Everybody is, they're detoxed on a level that they can go through and test. But if there's a large enough list of celebrities that want their own damn strain, you just bring them in. And it's different judges every day. There's the musicians, and that's what Mocana Cup for Web3 and why it was created on that level. And it's for that transition expansion and all on an onboarding level. And that's why I started in the beginning. Like, you guys, we got 6 here now. Let me know if you have a crypto wallet in the comments. There's no judgment either way. I know what needs to be done, but it seems that a lot of people in Facebook, they don't have a wallet. Most people, if not all, that are active on Twitter do. So
I have a new one made.
it allows understanding of operation within this Web3 world that me and Canna Queen are transitioned in, and bringing others with us that Mocana Cup is in. And it's something of like this simplicity. So for musicians, I'm going to go ahead and artists in general, and for you guys, because you might not have seen it, it's real quick. It's a 30-second logo, but the music itself I made from the music that came from the NFT. The NFT is the bottom right corner of it, and the guy built this little MIDI piece of art with a fucking piano. By playing the piano, he made the picture, and he's made bats, and it's fucking. It's like, how fucking high were you when you did that, right? And it's those conversations, because it's typically on a level of, yes, they were influenced on some type of relationship level with the plant, and it created brilliance. But here, let me just throw that on real quick. Blinking and smoking, that little thing he made by playing the piano, and I have an NFT. You can go click on it and the video shows it, and it doesn't sound good. It's not like it's a song that made the picture. It's keystrokes and knowing what that keystroke would do to however he was capturing it on the screen, and it would do different color blocks. It's fucking awesome, man. I'm like, this is brilliant. Right, and then he was doing theme ones for Halloween. Like, I'm like, it's unbelievable. But then they're the ones that are immersed as these virtual avatars, not having to have goggles on. There's systems out there that you don't need goggles, and it's called, Spatial is one of the metaverses, and it's free. And you're able to go in and experience venues, like a rave, a music party of a level, but there's a lot of EPDM and trap and things like that. So, I associate that with a rave, but it's a concept of a big ass fucking party. They're going on all the time in virtual reality because people can't get there physically, right? It's being able to capitalize on that technology, but offer the education of, say, a Metacanicon. And while there's a big screen on the wall, streaming what we're doing at Mocana Cup. That's how we're going to get engaged on a level that people most don't realize even exists.
Yeah.
And it's isolated on a level of how many big brands creating their own IP of a specific operation of the same thing, right? That it's unbelievable what is possible. And that's why I made Hero Packs, and it's for other individuals and companies like yourself that give a shit about the genetics, are proud of it, and a way to, you don't have to stress yourself because there's plant count, right? I don't know if you're going for a bigger license or anything with on that level, but as a caregiver and the two of you, fuck the capacity of how many plants you can do. No shit, you've got a farm, right? You have to have a farm. I hear people bitch about plant count, and total flowering went down to 24 and it was 36 the way it was set up. And then I'm like, how many you got flowering? Right? How many plants? How big's your flower? How many plants are in your flower room? They'll be like 6. Then do you plan on moving to a place to incorporate 24 flowering fucking plants? You know, like if you're doing it, you could do it in a 4x8 in 1 gallon pots. Absolutely. If you're going on a certain, full expression after on a, I don't know, I had clone testing. I mean, I don't know. I grow pretty big plants in a 1 gallon pot. So, and when pheno hunting, I just hit 1 gallon pots. It's too expensive to go through and fucking, 3, 5, 7 gallon. You can get a full expression of a plant in a 1 gallon, and you can find the weak ones that don't like their roots being touched, and you can find all kinds of shit real fast that any reason to get rid of one and fucking get rid of it, right? Because there's all those others to choose from. Like, that's how I go at it. Like if it caused any of the breeding, if it caused an issue or did some fickle bullshit, there was 7 to 10 to 95 more of the same plant growing. So it may have been the better one, right? But it wasn't the easy one.
I don't want to go into arguable points, but yeah, if you're looking for the strongest one, but every once in a while that weak one may have some extra.
I know, but then isn't that what the F2's for?
Not for breeding, but for fun. I mean, you can for a minute. You can try to fix it. You can be like, "Hey, baby, what's wrong?"
I mean, I may or may not have been in a state that did not allow so many plants that I needed to get rid of as many as possible, so I could get to that under 25. Because the 25 and up was not a good thing, right? So there was little levels of it, but agreed. It's just my initials of going in, I was just finding the strongest and then hunting those.
Well, my point is just the small ones sometimes have a little bit different profiles or something to offer. Not that you're gonna breed it or do anything with it. It just it is might be fun.
Well, before we have to get going, since we're already past the 9, normally it's an hour, so I think I do have a meeting in 2 minutes, but I'm going to text them and tell them it's going to be at 9:30, which will be fine. What's your favorite plant to grow in your life of growing before we have to go?
You got one, Jesse?
Yeah, I mean, my favorite medicine to grow for myself is Durban poison. It's a little finicky. Durban. Yeah, Durban.
Durban. Now, is yours a Mel Frank Durban, or where'd you get your Durban?
Scentsy seeds.
Yeah.
Scentsy. All right, not bad.
And then that's my I love it. I mean, it's not.
I'll have to get you some. I got a buddy that's got pretty much. I've got a lot of buddies that can do a lot of things, but I got a seed guy that he's got like 2,700 strains and 100 something that are like lost. Like it's where I got the 1974 elephant, which the seeds go for like $2,900 a piece. It's crazy. So I'm making feminized, and that's the first I've feminized of I like regs. It's just how I am. The strongest, they're the best, the funnest out. And you need to know what a male looks like. But then
they're free. I mean, they're free. They give you twice as many seeds, same amount of money. They're free.
They're free, right? So what I did is I'm feminizing that, and then the crosses are, I think, some of the cheapest I found of any crosses with it was like $600. So I figured $20. That's reasonable. Right? I don't even want to. I'm like, so I get to throw it through an NFT project and put it in an exclusive, store and all these other little fun ways to highlight the level. And then it's only those individuals that it's just, the personas within cannabis and just crypto period. 1%. I'm talking about the less than 1% that even are engaged at this deep of a level. So it's fun to be able to be in the mix of providing, the purpose of what we do, great product, great seeds for for medicine purpose, but for the consumer period, right? And
Now, consumer, I can give you a different plant.
well, and when it comes to the consumers too, though, I want to be able to combat the bullshit seeds that are going to be flying around
For sure.
by just providing the high quality at
Yeah.
a cheaper price. It's simple. That's how we beat it. Or there's ways to incorporate some things where seeds could be free all the time as well. It just other moving parts have to be activated, and when it is, man, crypto and seeds, it's going to be unfucking believable. I think I got rid of about 12 or so through the Mint Party. So
very cool.
And we'll be sending them all over. There's a few countries we're not sending the seeds because the Philippines, it's too restrictive and they're killing people for just hemp. So, and then I'm working with the Filipino who's a fucking NASA scientist, physical therapist expert for space travel for NASA, and involved in a lot of other things. So I got to kind of be very careful when it comes to pissing off the Philippines. So there is a couple other we were looking at, like Australia is not a good idea to send any seeds, but New Zealand, happy to work with. And we get to expose some levels while I'm going through, because we're saving lives in West Ghana with hemp seed oil that can be, utilized anywhere where there's malnutrition, and documenting the Renee Shepard with AF Africa, because she's been doing it for, I want to say 5 years, maybe 6 now. And so the case study's already proven, but the continuation of, how all organizations and charitable that need funding to what they do. So we're assisting in that, and then documenting it, and then leveraging it to countries that it's illegal. That then in that instance, is it not that the malnutrition lives, a large percentage of them those deaths are on the fact that the law exists. That's my perspective, right? And others can see it that way, but it's just the advocacy required, and then the activism that's a must to continue to go through. Because like Thailand just went legal,
right?
And you would have never thought that the people that live in Thailand, I'm in spaces all the time.
You can look at it like almost all of North America, right?
Mm-hmm.
What?
It might not have the continuity that it should, but exactly. Not every state's there yet, but look at it's
like you said, Colorado don't get enough credit, and that's what I say. Just the veil is starting to come off, and then it's just gonna, what's this? Pay for more rights? Yeah, come on, eventually, like you say, it's deregulation completely is gonna be the ultimate goal. So, and that's going to take all the way around the world. And like you say, we got to get access, opportunity, and just
education.
To everybody around the world. Yeah, this opportunity needs to exist for
everybody. 100%. Well, before this last 420 hits, I'll be throwing on a video on our way out. Can you let the listeners and know where they can find you social media wise?
Kindwayfarms.com.
Kindwayfarms.com is the website, and then I'm 40, so Facebook is my best social media. So Kindway Consultations, we have Kindway Farms, and then we are on Instagram as well.
It's not our main deal.
Yeah, we're horrible at the socials. We're trying, but
it's funny you say that though, but you get a bunch of content. You get what you're busy.
We're
doing other shit. What other what's before we happy 420? But like this, what's your next event? People don't. Can we talk on that real quick before we go? What is your next event?
Yeah,
this
Friday. Next Friday. It's this coming Friday, the 30th. We're having our first Cropaholics Anonymous meeting. So it is a social consumption club. We will be downtown Columbia, Missouri at Grassroots. That is North 10th Street. I don't remember the number by heart. But come to that
not like today
meeting.
Next 30th.
Friday the 30th.
Downtown
4 to 7 him.
10th Street.
We are going to
Beautiful.
have some freebie seeds that we're going to be giving away to the first 50 Kindway Farm feminized seeds, special release to
Get it.
And
Yeah.
then we're going to
grow.
do some great infusions, consumption, and then we're going to have some club social hour. So
Now, what if I'm a person that doesn't have a license and I've got a concern?
hey, you just need a 20. I need you to see your
gotta be
ID.
21,
It's
fool.
21 or a med card. Yeah.
Now, but if I wanted to get my med card while I was there, and
we're gonna be working the event too, so the girls in the office will be able to help you out, and then we'll be there. Matt and I will be there to talk about genetics and what we're doing with growing, and we do grow consults and talk about organic and natural farming as well. So we're really a farm to medicine cabinet company. We're so excited to be in this.
And we want everybody to be,
Yeah.
farmed.
No, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So you guys, you're not following them. It's Kindway Farms, Kindway Consultations. They do it the kind way.
Yeah.
You're having your first Cropaholics meeting. So I got to go to the comments here. Is School of Crop in here? Because his name's School of Crop. He's here in Missouri as well. Logistically, from him to you, I am smack dab right in that line. So it's interesting to think, and we'll see what the stars may align. Because I can't legally drive still for another year.
Yeah.
Thanks to DUIs, and no one was hurt, thank God, other than myself and the others around me of my family and things from the residual outcome of fucking alcohol. It's crazy. Cannabis. It did make it to the stigma against it, not the plant, right? That I was not allowed in the Air Force Academy because I was busted with cannabis. I was no longer the proper caliber of candidate.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's all things that we're gonna, have to change as the time goes forward, man. And and that's what it takes. Proper leadership. It takes proper intention with what our goals are here. So yeah, man, keep it real, keep this happening, the conversations going, and just spreading the seeds and spreading the love. The kind way will help, and then we'll make this all right in the end. You know what I'm saying?
And be safe and prioritize. We can bring the Cropaholics Anonymous to you as well. We go all over the state, so we'd love to have.
Are you guys taking applications for chapter?
Not yet, not chapters, but we'll do traveling meetings. Well,
I mean, because I ask because I know you're involved on normal aspect in the legislature. You stay with your ear to the ground, if you will, but engage with your hands in the dirt. So
we do.
Absolutely.
We're
normal
really
doesn't have anything down here, and we might as well. We could establish it around the purpose of Cropaholics.
That's what I'm saying.
People need.
We'll work on it.
We'll work on it.
Well, I'm happy to assist. There's
Perfect.
level of opportunity of things, and it's because you guys are up there. It's not fair. You guys are up there, and you have your events down here in the South. There's nothing.
Now we are in Branson West once a month. It's not the December, we're not there because of the holidays, but the 4th Saturday of the month we're in Branson West, and we need to come down to Springfield. That will help me find a place where we can come down and we'll make an event of it. That's how we got started. We met with small businesses and we started doing med card drives, but now we've got a lot of good stuff going on.
Well, we got James Labadouche. Oh, it's fun to say Labadouche. He's in Oklahoma, designed a cannabis game show, support giving veterans, medical cards. I would like to do some giveaways on your game show. Hit me up in the back channel, please, James.
And James, let us know if we can help get some giveaways for some qualified veterans as well. We'd be happy to help. And we went to undergrad in Oklahoma, Southwest Oklahoma State. So we're familiar. We love it.
Oh shit! Yeah, out of here. No, I don't have any sports rivalry. I'm like, so I didn't watch too many sports. I was too busy like fucking around, hiding, fucking having to hide shit from the cops. Oh, life, how it's changed. These growers don't know how it used to be, man. Me and another grower were talking about some of them need to go through some of the shit we've had to go through being a grower in the years of prohibition, just so they can get a little bit of tougher skin, as opposed to going to fucking YouTube and Google, and then because you got that, and then use that fucking term master grower.
You're about to get wore out. I'm telling you, because you already said it earlier. You said everything's about to be expanded. All these people, yeah. You know how many newbies are coming online, fool? You want to be a consultant? You want to be a what? Rough, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be. You gotta stay ahead of it, though. If you stay ahead of it, it can be very beneficial.
Yeah, teach them right. I say that's why I said, just get a couple good YouTube channels to send them to. Go watch Mr. Canuck, or then come back.
We'll have our own stuff coming here. We're gonna leverage it through the ABA teams that are local, and we're gonna have some fun little shit. And I'm gonna do everything I can to get some events down here in Southwest Corner.
Yeah.
And then
we're hooked up with Missouri Organics Association, and Dan, I think you're talking with him next. Is that right? Is it? No. Okay.
No, he's on.
But,
yeah.
So there's some other. I think there needs to be a lot of local. Just grow seminars. People that know how to grow, get out there, like hands on, like showing people how to get started. You know what I mean? So because people are going to be a little nervous.
You would be happy to subject your farm and yourself to your practices, and some cameras come in, and then we share that in a virtual reality. You're cool with that?
Well, I don't know.
It's really easy. It's the same as if I was doing it on my phone, right? Doing this right here.
Avatar, or what are we talking about?
No, initially it would just be doing like what we're doing right here. We'll be getting shown. We're going to be connecting an API and having it transposed on the television screen in the metaverse, right? So people will be able to come through. And then right now we're building it, and then we'll be testing it. And like this is the beta for the Metacanicon concept because of IP ownership, and when you have ideas and you put a domain and get a couple P, it's amazing what can be created, and the numbers you can add to it from these other specialists that are great with the numbers and the metaverse and the understandings of tokenomics and gamification, and layman's term, you playing your phone and being able, because you played your phone and had some ads come through on this shit, we're able to go down to the dispensary and get product. That right there just is, and that it's here. It's just certain states have to be navigated different ways. But then when it comes in of a level of the solution, it's quite simple. And I'm not going to give it away. Right, but it's connected dots for others, and then it creates one question, and then they're like, well, no, and I'm gonna be asking you guys later. That's why I'm not gonna hit it now live and ruin it. It's fun because it's set up to go in there and say, well, why not? You're gonna go, well, fuck, because we don't know how we could. I'm like, but you do though. I think it's fun, but. You guys are a great. I thank you for joining.
I appreciate
you so much. Yeah.
You listeners, Kindway Consultations. Let me throw Kindway Farms back up. We're about to run out of the 420 till 4:30. That's what I like to claim. It just gives me time to smoke and maybe light up another one. Sometimes you need it. You guys, Kindway Consultations. If you are in Missouri or not in Missouri, needing a medical license, where you get a hold of them. They take care of it for you on the phone. They're real people. It's pretty amazing. It's Kindway Consultations.
When we do, we fix it. Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. That's every other company.
That's
nothing. They screw it all up and they don't fix it. So go give somebody else your money and find out.
100%. But if it's not like helping patients and dealing with all of our issues and whining, and I'm sure that we could have a whole fucking whole series on like what's the case of Amazonitis and the patients that come through. Right? It's probably less than most companies have to deal with because if we have cannabis in our life, right? But
Honestly, yeah.
I guarantee it's a degree of a level, but it still exists.
Honestly, it's pretty cool. But you do have those people that you have to remember it's marijuana.
There's only like 3.
It's gonna be cool. Yeah.
There's only 3.
Everybody else
is like 3 of them.
And they shut up. That's what happens. And Jesse, she'll silence anybody.
No, I met her at the cannabis fest. It was all 3 of you. Yeah, you just stay home. You ain't got to worry about it. Them girls are running that fucking place.
Yep.
And then it was with authenticity and like they knew their shit. And
we
go to this other booth and I'm like, you guys you're getting paid fucking hourly to be here, right? Like you don't give 2 flying fucks. You have no education on things.
Well, what we don't know, we look up.
Well, these guys were starting to. The one kid was just making stuff up as to say, "It's not me. That's not my lane. This is my lane." It was sad and
one of the best things we've enjoyed is just getting around and getting like you say, we're the real deal Holyfield. It's the genuine McCoy here in just central Missouri. You know, I mean, so that's how we've lasted and persisted and overtaken some of the competition is just.
Treating people like people and having a conversation about it and say, I mean,
being accountable and we're here and
I mean, we work in rural places.
They've got it, what I mean?
They do. Every person I've met, and I've reached out to locals in the Springfield area, right? And I just went there and then met you guys, and it's like I don't have to go through Springfield because of telehealth, and I can text Jesse, hey, this is going on, and be like, well, did you do this? Like shit, and then it's the guidance is pretty much the same thing. I go to the website, guys, fill out an appointment form, and set an appointment.
And if you're not good with a computer, then you're just gonna give us a call, and then we're gonna do all the computer work for you.
Yeah, because you go there and then you scroll, and the contact information it has email and phone numbers. So it's pretty amazing.
Get your rights. They're for sale.
Yeah, it's easy. It don't take they take care of it for you, and it's fucking unbelievable. It was so easy. Like I went through and did it on my own, right? It was before I knew you, and when I got here, and I had to go through it. Like it took, I want to say, almost 40 days before everything was finalized. And I know how to write. Okay, you need this. Okay, you need that exact vernacular of that
right
description, all right, because so it's called copy and fucking paste, right? And it's like so, but then I was like, I had no one. I'm calling. I'm like, where the fuck is it? Am I doing things with legal means? You said I'm good to go, but I've got what's going on, and I think it was you. What's your is it your sister-in-law?
My sister, it's my sister.
Okay, so I'm trying to remember from the Cannabis Fest. So your sister, I think, I mean, the one I talked with, things got all squared out, and then I sent a couple other people to you, and their stuff done straight through you is fucking so fat. It was ridiculous, right? But
take care of you.
There's people there, and I know it's awesome.
Come see us at the next event, man. I gotta head up and check on the kids real fast because
absolutely, you got to jump out here and make like a baby and head out anyway. All right. Pleasure, Matt. Thank you. Jess. Thank you.
See you later.
All you listeners, thank you. We'll see if Canna Queen. Bye, Jess. Have a great one. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Yeah.
We didn't talk about Christmas at all because.
Oh, all right.
Merry Christmas.
I'll talk to you soon.
I guess the proper way is Happy Holidays. Kara, you coming back up here? You are? Is that a thumb up? Was it a thumb down? Are you picking your nose?
It was up. It was up. I was doing one of these, but I might have been, adjusting my nose hole as well. How are you doing? I can't hear you.
You can't hear me because I'm muted. Hi. How are you? How high are you?
Hi. I'm hi.
How
How are you?
I'm well. So, how close do we live to Overland Park, Kansas? I don't know. Where's that to Springfield, Missouri? But the event where they're at is in Columbia, Missouri, which is right outside Kansas City. So, if you're still there, James, just Columbia, Missouri is where their next event is at Iowa. Oh man, is School of Rock in here?
It's on your
I know
field,
we got
man. Like, I really want to go.
right. It sounds fucking awesome. We're gonna have our own events with them. They'll be at Mocanicup for sure. I want barbecue. Like she didn't talk. She makes lemonade. Man, like they're fucking awesome people. I can tell you knew. I mean, it's one of the people I walked away and actually maintained communications with because not everybody at conventions are on the same level. And I don't know. It's when there's people that impress and are a bright light towards other people and actually give a shit and care, you can tell. And you try to keep those people close. So, okay, Vet Maps, Oklahoma. Okay, oh, that was the same question on Kansas. Let's see this. Oh, so James wants to go. See, we all want to go. They do events all over Oklahoma. Sweet. 90 cards in Oklahoma. Yeah, take advantage of them. They're great people. Send an email, James. Call. They'll all the information. Kindway Consultations. You can get through on Kindway Farms as well. The girls run both of those. Matt stays out in the field. They keep him out working hard. But all right, Canna Queen. I'm ready to throw a video on and call it a night. That fucking
All right.
I
Let's
still haven't caught up from on our live event, so I'm glad it was a success. But next time, guys, when you show up, have a crypto wallet. It would be advisable, very advisable. I want you to come to our game show. Yes, Canna Queen, she likes games. I like games. But I don't think we would turn down a game show. We do game shows on Twitter. Is yours a camera video game show? Because we're cool with that as well. Oh, Kara, I think I hear snow on the side
I hear wind
and
and I
wind.
hear praised.
Oh no. You guys stay safe wherever you are at with hitting with this snow bullshit. Because I'm down in Springfield. Kara's almost Michigan in the Indiana area, and we both have nasty cold snow. So I'm gonna logically deduct most of the areas in between here and there, north, south, east, and west, has some snow. Because we weren't supposed to get it, and it nailed us.
It's
supposed to be
smacked
cold, but it wasn't supposed to be like this.
It's like -3 degrees. Kenton's mustache froze when he was scraping the car off. He's on his way home.
Did you get a picture?
Soon.
Oh, you mean when he scraped the car off after work?
Yeah, he just sent me a text and said that it was frozen. His mustache is frozen.
There's no way you could have got a picture because you were here. Because I was gonna say, did you get a picture?
Yeah, no, it was bad. He didn't tell me how bad, but it's pretty bad. I'm gonna make some spaghetti, I think.
James Labadouche. It's a super secret fucking game show thing. More on it in January 10th. We know how those things go, James. We got some fun shit that like with the American Basketball Association and a couple other with the Crypto Magazine and board fucking the first board ape on an edible.
Yeah.
Shit like that. We got some fun little amazing is what's going on. But if you don't have a crypto wallet, you should get one. If you don't have Twitter, you should get Twitter before you get the crypto wallet, because then you can use the Twitter to then join a room with us on Twitter and get a wallet. Because then you'll be getting prepped in the right way to use a crypto wallet and give and receive crypto and NFTs. But hell yeah, we will definitely. I'm down for a game show. Canna Queen's down for a game show. Let us know what day it is. We are live here 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. We will be live again on a Friday, because today, I believe, is Wednesday. Or today's Friday. Shit. So we'll be here Monday. If you didn't know, Hero Packs is a discount code, but it's also a website. And it gets you these discounts running around down there. Hero Packs, discounts at Grove Bags, New Tools, MJ Arsenal, and Grove. I did say Grove Bags already, didn't I? And Fish Head Farms, guys. Fish Shit, 20% off your fish shit with Hero Packs. Some other fun things we've got going is, wait, I want that hide. Oh, because I didn't do this. I didn't click both. So we've got some bigfatdelicious.com where you can pick up some apparel. And it's of Canna Queen Cara. Fired Up Fatties. So Canna Camp apparel. Some here. Hero Packs apparel. And then, how do you call it? Canna-centric? Is that what you... Is that the... We like to make words, so we combine shit. We have edutainment.
I say cannabis-centric clothing. It's definitely some stoner wear. We've got all different sizes from double extra small all the way to 6XL. But yeah, it's stoner wear, dudes. Like that's the best way to put it. We've got some cool, cute crop tops for anyone that enjoys crop tops. Always like
Stoner
the
wear.
high-waisted leggings that we have. And they have pockets, dude. If you like leggings and you
I
like
love
crop
pockets.
tops,
Pockets are like
good.
one of
We've got
my favorite
hoodies.
things
We
on my
just
level.
added the Stay Fly, Stay High hoodie. That hoodie and shirt are now available, and those look amazing. They come in different colors. That's our first
What
colorful
colors?
option. We've got like a baby pink with a teal print on it that looks really cute. And then there's grays and the black one as well, I believe, and white. So we don't have a lot of different colors right now because I wanted those specific ones, but we're thinking about adding another color. It was just discontinued in some sizes, and I didn't like that. But yes. Thank you for having me tonight, as always.
Well, thank you for being here. I'm glad we had the guests we had, and I mean, you get to be a guinea pig for testing of getting a medical license. Could you imagine getting a medical license in Indiana, sitting where you're at right
I mean,
now?
that would be cool.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah, if we could do that, that would be really awesome, man.
It's gonna be my Christmas
Because
present.
I think it would work. I think it would work.
I think it'll work. The reading, that's how I was interpreting it.
From what I was reading and what they were saying, it sounds like it should be legal for me to get a card from Missouri and then go to
you can go in
and
each
use
state.
the card in another state as long as I maintain the laws of that state, which is to, keep it in the state like I normally do.
Mm-hmm.
Like we visit and we travel and we stay and we just chill, and then when I'm here, I do what I do. It is what it is.
I'm trying to find your Canna
But
Queen.
yeah.
Oh, I found it. It's a number. See, I can't see the pictures of the logos that go to the top of the head.
Oh, I see what you mean. But you found it. You figured it out.
It's written as a file number as opposed to Canna Queen Cara logo. That is not what the file name is.
Right.
But I remember it was like, where you pick a card and like from memory to flip it over to match another card.
Yeah.
Well, none of these match, but I remembered where that one was at. So I'm really proud of myself for doing that.
Yes.
Oh shit! I got another meeting I'm late for. I better get to it.
Okay, get out of here, homie.
All right.
We'll see you later.
Love
Well,
you.
bye.
Love you guys listening. Thank you for joining. We're gonna play a video on the way out while I text this guy to say sorry. Had a great show with great guests and great viewers, and we got lifted. And time flies when you're having fun. I'm gonna play this one, I think. So you guys will see you here Monday. Yeah, Monday. Metamind Monday. We got Trip coming back. We talk about the brainstorm panel, what that means to him and what that means for us. So here's our video on our way out. Much love, and see you on the next one. Cheers.